Ladies and gentlemen, it's the third annual pay-per-view, well, the third ever pay-per-view, I should say, here in Eurosmode history. It's The Bash, our third pay-per-view here in SVR 2011, and our third of many more pay-per-views to come from SVR 2011 to whatever current WWE video game series there will be. Currently it's 2K19. By the time we ultimately end up going to doing a Universe Mode episode, so that's Raw, Superstars, and SmackDown, and a pay-per-view, you know, once every in-game calendar month, that basically is like a whole lot of Universe Mode episodes that are gonna have to span from 2011. Up next is WWE 12, WWE 13, 2K14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and by the time we shall get to 2K19, we're probably gonna be all the way up in like 2K23 or something like that. But anyway, so we got a long ass stretch to go, and we're still in SVR 2011. So this is just the beginning here. We're still in the beginning process to do a Universe Mode episode for every wrestling video game, every WWE video game that has Universe Mode. So it's gonna be a pain in the ass to do, but anyway, we're here. So anyway, first matchup here at the Bash for Unified Tag Team Championships, the Hart Dynasty are going to take on Chris Jericho and The Miz. As we did skip Miz and Jericho's entrances. We usually don't skip entrances here now that we started doing full shows. We usually don't do that, but then, you know, it's like Jericho and Miz's entrance are the same. So, yeah. Anyway, Hart Dynasty, they've been impressive in the past couple weeks here in Universe Mode. They've racked up some victories, 1-on-1 against Jericho and Miz in singles competition. And, of course, as, you know, in tag team matches themselves against other tag teams that wanted to dethrone them from their number one contender spot. But Hart Dynasty, they've been impressive. They've been a very impressive tag team. And so we shall see what happens here tonight when they take on jerimiz for a Unified Tag Team Championships, ladies and gentlemen. This is The Bash. And we are live from Sacramento, California. Of course, in the latest edition of SmackDown, the go-home edition of SmackDown before this Bash pay-per-view. We were in San Diego, California, the hometown of Rey Mysterio, who picked up a victory against the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship, Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler some 1-1 action against the Intercontinental Champion Drew McIntyre later on tonight. That will be a SmackDown matchup. It'll be SmackDown's second matchup as they have 3. ECW has 1, and I believe Raw has 4. The Unified Tag Titles are shared both across Raw and SmackDown. So that means Raw and SmackDown tag teams could fight on SmackDown. SmackDown tag teams could fight on Raw. For example, Hart Dynasty fought against Kofi Kingston and HG in the latest edition of SmackDown. They picked up the victory as well. But Hart Dynasty are on Raw. jerimiz are also on Raw. So this basically counts as a Raw matchup. But the tag titles are on both Raw and SmackDown. So to kick us off here in this tag team contest here, Tyson Kidd and The Miz. So, Tyson Kidd, he's previously gotten a victory over Chris Jericho in the 1-on-1 competition a couple weeks ago in Raw, and a couple weeks ago on SmackDown. The Miz has gotten a victory over David Hart Smith. So basically 1-on-1, I believe it's tied, although they probably have had more 1-on-1 contests. For example, Tyson Kidd versus The Miz, and David Hart Smith versus Chris Jericho. And if that's not the case, well then it is 1-on-1 if it hasn't been other combinations. Anyway, now Tyson Kidd laying on the ropes, was waiting for Miz to do a maneuver there. So of course, Miz and Jericho, the Unified Tag Team Champions, they've been holding this for a very long time. They defeated DX. Of course, when we originally simulated the whole year in Universe Mode, DX ended up being our tag team champion. So only Raw tag teams have held the Unified Tag Team titles, those being only DX and jerimiz. And if Hart Dynasty win here tonight, then it'll be the Hart Dynasty. So SmackDown, to be fair, SmackDown doesn't really have any tag teams. They had a Strategy Society, CM Punk and Luke Gallows, but Punk was more, you know, he was already simulated and ended up being both Intercontinental and World Heavyweight Champion. Gallows was just his lackey. Gallows, of course, no longer Punk's lackey. Gallows no longer associated with CM Punk. Picked up a major victory on Superstars against Big Show previously. And the Undertaker also got a big win over Big Show in the main event SmackDown to end things off on SmackDown before the Bash. So there you go. Punk, of course, missed the latest episode of SmackDown. Of course, because the week before that, he got chokeslammed through the ring by The Undertaker. And of course, we do have Punk taking on Taker later on tonight for the World Heavyweight Championship in SmackDown's main event at the Bash later on tonight. We do have another person creeping into the world title picture besides, obviously, Punk. And, that is Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's picked up 2 wins over CM Punk previously in the latest editions of SmackDown. I believe 3 weeks ago in the main event SmackDown, CM Punk had a momentum matchup against Matt Hardy, as we like to call it, where the champions or number 1 contenders are supposed to win against another superstar to build them up. So that's what we're going to call them, momentum matches for them. But Punk lost his momentum match to Matt Hardy unsuspectingly. Then the week after that, which of course ended up being 2 weeks ago, we have Matt Hardy take on CM Punk in a rematch, this time in a steel cage, so Punk cannot escape. Punk cannot do any cheap tactics or anything like that. And if Matt won again, then, he will have a world title opportunity in the future. Guess what? Matt Hardy won again. After a matchup, the cage rose, and then, Punk, he cut a promo on both Matt and Taker. And then, shortly after, Taker appeared from under the ring behind Punk, delivered him a choke slam. Once Punk fell through where Taker crawled through, Punk, he got burnt. Fire erupted. And also, it was a very, I wouldn't say controversial way to end off SmackDown, but it did leave a couple things, unanswered. Or it did leave some questions. I believe one of those questions must have been answered. And that is that Punk was obviously not okay. He did not appear on SmackDown, the latest edition of SmackDown at all, but he is here in the arena at the Bash, here tonight in Cali. And so he is going to be in the main event, luckily enough. So SmackDown main event's not jeopardized. Taker, I don't think he really cared if Punk was here or not, though. But Taker does have a title offense. And we shall see if the former champion CM Punk could become a 2-time champion here in Years Mode, as Jericho now has David Hart Smith. Takes him down with a nice suplex right there. CM Punk at one point was double champion. Now he has no titles to his name. Punk still, I guess you could say, very much an egomaniac, such as the likes of, CM Punk and, not CM Punk, such as the likes of Miz and Chris Jericho, so he probably fits in very well with them. And we're now here, jerimiz looking to successfully retain the Unified Tag Team Championships here tonight against the Hart Dynasty, and Jericho right there, the code breaker. They could actually retain it here tonight. This could be it here. Jericho now gonna bring David Hart Smith to the center of the ring here. Miz took down Tyson Kidd. Jericho's gonna pin now, but Kidd's probably still safe though. Kidd's gonna make their time, and yes he is. Miz not gonna do anything about it. He didn't bother to stop Tyson Kidd there. Saw him coming, just decided to go back. Not sure about that. Of course, there has been interesting stuff going on between Jericho and Miz. Not really too clear on what that was all about right there by Miz. They seem to be getting along though. They haven't ruined each other's singles competitions or anything like that. In the Chris Jericho and Tyson Kidd matchup a couple weeks ago on Raw, that of course Kidd won that one, surprisingly, over Jericho. We did have Miz with a ticket, had front row seat to the matchup. So if that was targeted towards Chris Jericho, not too sure, but of course it would appear that it was targeted to Tyson Kidd, obviously. But anyway, it was questionable. And of course, before that, after a Miz and Orton matchup, or during a Miz and Randy Orton non-title matchup, we did have Jericho run down to the ring. Looked like he was going to help out Miz assault Orton. But then after that, Jericho actually hit Miz and punched him in the face. So there hasn't been anything relating to that as of recent weeks, besides the Miz ticket thing, which once again could just been simply aimed at Tyson Kidd. And of course, that right there, Miz not going to bother stop Tyson Kidd from breaking up the pinfall. So questionable here, but jerimiz, they've still been running strong besides the Jericho thing. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they retain the tag titles here tonight. Although I have to admit, Hart Dynasty, they've been impressive on both Raw and SmackDown. They've been impressive. Perhaps my favorite tag team so far in Years Mode. They're very enjoyable to watch here, especially Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd so like he could definitely be a future champion here in Years Mode. Tyson Kidd actually could be a singles champion. Of course, we had that whole cruiserweight title that really only, I believe Tyson Kidd probably had it. But we don't mention the cruiserweight title. It's just a whole rivalry between Tyson Kidd and Evan Bourne. we don't mention the Cruiserweight title. We're not going to mention the Cruiserweight title, which is why it no longer exists. The only time we see it's when Santino walks down to a ring with it, and it's not even the actual Cruiserweight title. It's a replica. It's not even a replica, it's like a plastic one. And wait, what? Jericho decided to not... Well, that's another questionable one right there. Jericho getting disqualified by the ref. It was a full 5 count. We saw this on SmackDown with the woman you see right there. Of course, this is the Bash pay-per-view, our third pay-per-view here in Universe mode. And, well, Maryse, she has the privilege of being the cover star. Well, she does deserve it, if you ask me. So, anyway, moving on to your next contest here. The United States Championship matchup, but we still need to digest what just happened there. Of course, we saw this previously on the latest edition of SmackDown, where Maryse, she was 5-0, now she's 5-1 heading into this matchup against Beth. Because, of course, in that tag team matchup, it was Maryse and Michelle McCool against KK and Beth Phoenix. And, well, Maryse decided to not leave the ring, and she is, well, by the referee's 3 count, she decided, screw it, I'm not going to leave the ring. Ref counted to 4, then finally, of course, 5. It ended up being a disqualification, so Beth Phoenix and KK won by disqualification, basically. And now, Chris Jericho decided to not get inside the ring either in this matchup. And so, just like that, it's a disqualification victory for jerimiz. So, jerimiz, they retain the Unified Tag Team Championships here tonight at the Bash. Kind of a weird way to kick things off, if you ask me. But anyway, time for, well, this will definitely have a proper ending, if you ask me. John Morrison and Sheamus, the United States Championship. These two amazing athletes can pull out one hell of a contest. I would like to think so. There's going to be nothing short of a treat. Of course, in the latest edition of Raw, the go-home edition of Raw. To kick things off, we have a fatal 4-way number 1 contenders matchup to see who faces Sheamus here at the Bash. Obviously, Morrison won, which is why he's here tonight. Of course, John Morrison defeated at that time the undefeated William Regal, along with Evan Bourne and R-Truth. Of course, Truth, a former United States champion in his own right, he defeated Sheamus in the United States Championship Open Challenge weeks back on Raw. But then the next week after that, Truth decided to hold one of his own. Sheamus won it back. The Sheamus United States Championship Open Challenge has consisted of, I believe, probably only 2 competitors so far, and it's been John Morrison and R-Truth. The first one was John Morrison. Sheamus defeated John Morrison in quick and dominant fashion. And after that, it was R-Truth. And, well, Sheamus lost to R-Truth. And then after that, Truth did one the next week. Sheamus answered it, so Sheamus won back the United States title. So R-Truth only had a 1-week title run. So that took up 3 weeks of Raw for the United States title. And then the final week to sub for the Bash, a number 1 contenders matchup, and a Sheamus backstage interview saying of how no one can beat him for the United States title. Well, not really, but he did say of how Morrison cannot beat him for the United States title. Because in the past, the first episode of Raw, after the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, of course, where Sheamus successfully defended against The Miz in one hell of a contest, Sheamus defeated Morrison in quick fashion. And, well, dominant as well, I see right there. Sheamus gonna prove it once again. This could easily be deja vu from weeks ago on Raw. Before Morrison became number 1 contender in first place, he answered the open challenge, lost. So can this be it here tonight for John Morrison to redeem himself? Because he wasn't doing all that well in that matchup against Sheamus, and so far he's not doing too well in his matchup against Sheamus either. Sheamus has been a fine champion. Those open challenges, got to admit, takes a lot of guts on the part of Sheamus. As much as Sheamus wouldn't like to appease to the crowd, I would like to think. You know, I don't even think he minds getting booed by this crowd. But why would they boo him if you ask me? He's been dominant. That bro kick right there didn't do nothing to Morrison though. So maybe the dominance is wearing off. But Sheamus, for him to have those open challenges takes a whole lot of guts. Because it puts her title on the line, puts her title at risk every week. So Sheamus, we have to admit, he loves to fight. But it's just that his attitude is not the greatest. But anyway, off the STO right there, and Sheamus now has him. And now taking him down right there, collarbone slam. And while Morrison hasn't been doing too well here so far, as you can see right there, the power of Sheamus. Sheamus dominant United States champion so far. Lost to R-Truth. Truth held it for 1 week. Sheamus won it back. So Sheamus he is the 2-time United States champion. Upon that, so there we go. Off the ropes goes Morrison, and Sheamus right there caught him. That was very fluent right there. Worked out very, very well to the part of Sheamus. And now while Morrison catches him, DDT. Caught him off guard with that one. It will actually be a major victory for Morrison. Obviously, it's a title here in Euros mode. Morrison and Truth haven't been having the greatest of records. I don't have the record sheet with me right now, to be fair. But I believe both Morrison and Truth's win-loss ratio are both tied at 2-6. Although Morrison probably might have one more win, or one less loss. To be fair, yeah, probably one more win or one less loss. But anyway, now Sheamus off the Celtic Cross, and there we go. Well, he's gonna have one more loss than Truth if they're both tied at losses. To be fair, wow, Sheamus once again dominant. He ruled that matchup, to be fair. The only thing I remember Morrison doing is a DDT and probably a different maneuver besides that, obviously. But Sheamus, a quick United States Championship matchup here tonight at the Bash. Does that redeem the tag title matchup? I mean, it's an actual ending that we sit well with. Sheamus, wow. Well, anyway, time to get to your cover star for a pay-per-view. Maryse. At one point, she was on the field. She was 5-0 until she decided to, well, just basically not do the tag match anymore. She got disqualified on purpose, decided not to get back inside her corner in time. She had a good extra 2 seconds. She decided to just stay in place and not do it. Just stared at the referee, didn't care. And just like that, well, 5-1. So basically, if she wins here tonight, she could have actually been 7-0. Because if she won the tag match, she could have been 6-0. And then 7-0 as women's champion, which is pretty impressive, to be fair, if you ask me. But no, Maryse heading into this one is 5-1, and I believe, to be fair, Beth probably only has like 4 matches in Euros mode, 4 or 5. But I do think that she has a good win-loss ratio, I would assume. Don't have the record sheet with me right now. Probably get it as the pay-per-view progresses, to be fair. But over there, the women's champion Beth Phoenix is right made her way to her ring. Time for a number 1 contender. The cover star for a pay-per-view, Maryse. And now what's happening here? Beth waiting for her. You know what that means. We go to this cutscene. The crowd is waiting as well, and they see it right there. We all see it. Maryse from behind. Well, we all saw it besides Beth, but now Beth sees it, and now she knows it. Maryse getting the clothesline to connect. Beth Phoenix caught off guard, and just at that, Maryse, this could be her opportunity here. This could be it. And now the French kiss DDT to Beth Phoenix. Just like that, the Glamazon could be done. Maryse taking her away from the ropes. Wisely done by Maryse. Can this be it here? The ref in position. 1. Only a 1 count. Beth Phoenix kicking out at 1. And now she doesn't look too happy. If you ask me, Jesus Christ. What an arm drag. Whiplash effect right there. That was nasty. And whoa, oh man, Maryse. She's not too happy after that one here, but neither is Beth. These two women going at it. This is going to be one hell of a fight here at night at the Bash here in Sacramento. Women's champion Beth Phoenix defending against Maryse, and she's just trying to kill her here. She's not happy after that cheap shot earlier on, and now just punching her at the skull. If you ask me, I feel like the best thing for Maryse to actually have done is not attack Beth. Originally, before, I thought it was good, but now, at this case, I think Beth is just super angry, and we don't want her to be angry at this point, because now she's going to ruin the pretty face of Maryse, and right there, that's a proper case right there. Just a double axe handle sideways, right to the face. If that was to the chest, well then, that's better, I guess, slightly. Not really, because she's going to mess up something even more important, to be fair, than Maryse's face. But anyway, now, has her up here. What the hell? Weird as backbreaker. It was effective, though. And now the elbow right to the back of the head. Beth Phoenix is vicious here tonight. She wants to retain the Women's Championship. She wants to stay Women's Champion for the SmackDown brand. But Maryse wants to become Women's Champion, obviously. And now Maryse here, what's this? Nice maneuver right there. Sweeping the leg out from under her. And now waiting for Beth to get back up. Not sure how wise that was on the part of Maryse, though. And now Beth Phoenix with the arm here. Has it. And now kick. Punch shortly after. Going to wear down the arm. Nicely done by Beth Phoenix. And now, well, Maryse just going to slap her. Those slaps by Maryse. She's done. Well, now that's the third one right there. And once again, I was about to say, because those slaps not really helping Maryse out in her case. They're going to make Beth angrier here. Which what Maryse needs to do more maneuvers like that. Like that side Russian leg sweep. To, well, keep Beth grounded instead of piss her off. And not going to just whack her face onto the mat. Nicely done on the part of Maryse. But Beth was able to get out of it. And now, couple of punches right there. Couple of kicks as well. We saw this from Maryse in the tag team matchup. Well, in the beginning of it, back when Maryse, actually wanted to fight. Where it's like she did multiple kicks and punches to KK. She even took Beth out off the apron for a couple of seconds with those kicks and punches immediately into the matchup. She did it to KK. Took Beth out of the equation. Kelly never fell down. Kelly just delivered one kick right to the side of the head and took Maryse down. Then Maryse got up and did one of her own that took Kelly down. So it was a pretty good beginning to that matchup. Conrad with Todd. Both women are actually even. So Maryse putting up a fight. Strength advantage definitely got to think goes to Beth here. But Maryse is actually able to match it. And now right there, right to the face. That's not gonna be good for Maryse. And we now has her up here. And okay then, full Nelson slam. That was a great maneuver if you ask me. Nicely done, part of the Women's Champion, and now Beth has her, gonna send her into the corner. Almost going by the ref right there. And now Beth turning Maryse around. Maryse now sidestepping it. She read the maneuver. Has her now, gonna send Beth off the ropes against Women's Champion. Maryse ducking underneath, nicely done. And now has her here by the back. And now back suplex perhaps, and yep, connects. Beth Phoenix right in the center of the ring. Maryse just needs to keep Beth Phoenix grounded. She needs to keep the Women's Champion grounded here tonight. But Beth not gonna let that happen. And wow, just charging through her. That shoulder charge right there. We did see Beth do that on multiple occasions to Michelle McCoy. That's how she became Women's Champion in the first place. Anyway, now Maryse off the victory row here. She stole it. She stole it. I was too busy talking to call it originally as soon as it happened. But there you go. Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix just caught off guard. She's hurt after that one as well, but caught off guard. Maryse is the new Women's Champion. Wow. Well, Maryse could have been undefeated with that if she tried out in the tag team matchup, but whatever. 6-1 now for Maryse. And she celebrates the victory, rightfully so. Great victory for her. That's gotta feel so good. For Maryse, the Women's Champion. New Women's Champion here on SmackDown. Good job, Maryse. Not the most well-liked here. But, come on. Maybe a little biased sometimes. Anyway, now here we go. The Intercontinental Championship after a pretty good women's match, if you ask me. That victory coming out of nowhere. Definitely gotta think Beth Phoenix will get her rematch clause for the Women's Championship in the future, though. Speaking of rematch clauses, this is Dolph Ziggler's rematch clause for the Intercontinental Championship. As Ziggler here tonight would take on, of course, the Intercontinental Champion himself, Drew McIntyre. Of course, Ziggler and McIntyre have gotten multiple victories over many SmackDown mid-card talents. And, well, maybe some jobbers from occasional times, to be fair. Ziggler, he's gotten a victory over Shelton Benjamin at one point, I believe. Along with a victory over, I can't remember who else, but I believe Ziggler's gotten 2 momentum match victories. McIntyre's gotten 2 momentum match victories. Or I could be mistaken, because Ziggler did lose to Rey Mysterio, of course, in the latest edition of SmackDown. That's a whole different story, though, that will be progressed after this matchup. Because since Rey Mysterio defeated the number 1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, since Rey has done that, So that means Ray's either going to face McIntyre, especially Ray's going to have to face Ziggler since he defeated Ziggler before Ziggler even became Intercontinental Champion in the first place. But there you go. The Intercontinental Champion, Drew McIntyre. We saw the entrance. We saw those vignettes. We saw those clips. We saw the name graphics right there. We're still seeing it right now, to be fair, with this overhead camera shot. Now we see Ziggler. And now we see McIntyre. There we go. But the Intercontinental Champion is here in Sacramento, California. And this is going to be one hell of a contest, if you ask me. I cannot wait for this. These two men not all that light, if you ask me. Crowd reaction. They're not all that light. But although the more favoritism has gone to Ziggler. There's been more favoritism towards Ziggler, slightly. But these two are awfully hated. Which is why, yeah. So I guess the majority of people won't really care who wins this one. They'll hope for someone like a Rey Mysterio to win the title. But I do know I'm excited for this matchup. Not gonna lie, a little biased towards Ziggler to win the matchup, hopefully. Although I wouldn't mind if McIntyre retains here tonight. These two are going to put on one hell of a contest, so that's all that matters at the end of the day. Still kind of sick. Did not mention it on SmackDown. Mentioned it on Superstars for a brief period of time. But anyway, here we go. Card now with tie up here. To me, start things off, McIntyre winning the exchange here. Oh, Ziggler gets the elbow right there. Gets caught. Jason, what a power slam. And now McIntyre, oh God. Just slamming the back of Ziggler, set onto a mat. And now once again, McIntyre not letting up. Wow. Well, not gonna lie though, it's a very explosive way to kick things off here. Not the way I expected it, but I do like it anyway. Now Ziggler here, gonna try to redeem himself after getting caught with just a vicious power slam. One of the most vicious I've seen so far. And a small dropkick right there by Ziggler. One of the best ones currently in the business. Definitely rival the ones of Randy Orton, of course. Orton, we shall see him in the main event, in Raw's main event, and the main event of the Bash in general. He's going to take on John Cena. He defends the WWE Championship against John Cena here tonight. And usually the crowd fan favorite will be Cena. And, well, usually majority of boos will go to the direction of Randy Orton. But, yeah, it's not been the case. Of course, first episode of Raw after Extreme Rules, we determined the number one contender for the WWE Championship between John Cena, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. Cena won that triple threat. After a matchup, he did attack Michaels. And, well, that led to basically a turn. Cena basically turned on the crowd, is what it really was. That moment in time to end things off on Raw really have shaken the foundation of WWE, or at least of Raw, as we know it. Cena, very questionable to do that on Michaels. And, well, of course, attacking Orton after his matchup against Miz a couple weeks back as well. So, John Cena heading into this matchup, he's not the fan favorite. Orton has been carrying Raw on his back since the beginning of Universe Mode. Randy Orton's been WWE Champion since the beginning of Universe Mode. He successfully defended against the likes of Batista, of course, all the way at Backlash, and Extreme Rules against Edge, and previously a couple weeks back against Shawn Michaels, due to Michaels defeating him in a non-title contest before Extreme Rules ever happened, which is why Michaels got that title shot in the first place, even after losing the number one contenders matchup to Cena. And we know, well, that's Raw, and that's the main event. But we're going to head back into the SmackDown matchup. I see right there, McIntyre landing on the concrete, and Ziggler toddling away right there. Definitely got to thank Rey Mysterio watching backstage, knowing that he's going to get, or at least hoping he's going to get an Intercontinental opportunity. He's defeated Ziggler in the latest edition of SmackDown. And, well, definitely got to thank Ziggler. Well, if Ziggler wins here tonight, very definitely will think that he's has to be number one contender, or at least second in line for the Intercontinental. See, with our snapmare right there. Nicely done by Dolph Ziggler. And now he has McIntyre up. McIntyre just going to shove him away right there. Going to stop Ziggler doing from where he was doing. But Ziggler going to try to get the ball rolling once again here. That kick does not connect. What a chop right there by McIntyre. McIntyre is so vicious. And now Drew, what's this here? Has man sleeper driver. And now McIntyre here waiting for Ziggler to get back up. Has him. Off the ropes goes Dolph. McIntyre arm drag. Nicely done on the part of the current intercontinental champion. Still, I'm kind of sick, which is why my voice is shifting a little bit, which is why this commentary has probably not been the greatest so far. Anyway, now, and Ziggler trying to play a game of cat and mouse, or at least trying to, I don't know, just trying to make McIntyre even angrier. That's what he's trying to do right there. German suplex right there, but McIntyre. Dolph getting back to the ring. Well, McIntyre got outside the ring. Probably was a coincidence. But anyway, now, what's this? Ziggler here. Oh, Jesus. Okay, backbreaker. I didn't have that neckbreaker shortly after. Impressive right there by... Nice move right there by Dolph Ziggler. Misses the dropkick, though, at McIntyre. Okay, then. Elbow drop shortly after the stomp. McIntyre has a more vicious streak. Ziggler is more technical. And anyway, now has him up, and Jesus Christ. Body slam, and that was like right to the head. Only a 2 count. That was a great pinfall right there by McIntyre, hooking both legs, making sure both of the legs are shifted to make sure, well, you know, McIntyre has the dominant weight, basically, of course, as the pinfall would obviously go, but you know, more than usual for that one. Really did like the pinfall base, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, now McIntyre now gonna send, oh, never mind, gonna rebound him, gets him with an uppercut. The Intercontinental Champion Drew McIntyre now. Set in Ziggler. Ziggler now on the verge of perhaps falling their mind. Takes down McIntyre, just hanging him out to dry right there with that one. And now McIntyre, what a close line right there. Both men actually hit each other right there for a second. It was actually pretty funny now that I think about it. Anyway, now McIntyre here with the upper hand. Drew now has him, has the arm. What the hell was this? Okay, then. Oh, and he still has him. Thought he was just gonna launch him, but no. Wow. Too very dramatic. Actually gets qualified here. And but Ziggler gonna get out of it. Nicely done on part of Dolph Ziggler. Reacts me if he keeps that up. Well then, Kevin New Intercontinental Champion here tonight at the Bash. But I don't think McIntyre is gonna let that happen. As you see right there, Ziggler's head, the back of his head bouncing off the center of the mat. And now McIntyre here, that crappy signature that I do not know the name of because I haven't tried to even search it up or anything. But anyway, now McIntyre has him. This could be at the Future Shock DDT. It connects. And this could be all she wrote. No, McIntyre, no. I was about to say he was going to do the pinfall, but Ziggler breaks out of it. Ziggler fought back at McIntyre. He's pissed off. Ziggler's trying to fight back, though. Fighting spirit is being showcased here by Dolph Ziggler. Shocking to everyone. To everyone's surprise here, Ziggler is fighting. And now what a clothesline. But McIntyre taking Ziggler's head clean off. Ziggler got up way too fast. He's dazed and oh my god. What a maneuver, I guess. That was hard to watch. I see right there McIntyre once again. Oh man, Drew. Oh come on, another Future Shock. That's it. And well, Ziggler's away from the ropes. And McIntyre, he's finally in the pin predicament here. And that's it. That's it. No, it's not. Dolph Ziggler. He's fighting. He's fighting. He's winning over the approval of this crowd is what he's doing if you ask me. I mean, based upon both Ziggler and McIntyre's attitudes, they're both not well liked. Well, at least to majority of this crowd. Not me. I am an exception. Me and a couple others said another power slam right there by McIntyre. But Ziggler's winning over. He has to be winning over the crowd. He has to be. And now McIntyre once again. Drew McIntyre wants to end this. He's getting pissed off here at Ziggler. You could tell. And another Future Shock. Third one in this matchup. Third time's a charm. Will this be it? Dragging Ziggler's lifeless body away from the ropes here. And Drew McIntyre now. The pinfall. Ref in position. 2. No. Ziggler. He's back up. He's begging for a fight. European uppercut. Right there. That one definitely did stun McIntyre right there. But now McIntyre winning the collar and elbow tie-up. Drop to the chest. Down goes Ziggler. Dolph has kicked out of 3 Future Shock DDTs. 3 of them. And McIntyre, he's not too happy. He's not too happy launching the almost lifeless body of Ziggler. And Drew, once again, is he gonna do it? Yup, just gonna bounce his face off the mat. That is actually a pretty devastating maneuver, if you ask me. And now here we go, another Future Shock, yep. 4th one in this matchup. The 4th one in this matchup. Ziggler's in the center of the ring once again. This is it, ain't it? Yes, it is. 4 Future Shocks. It took 4 Future Shock DDTs to keep that man down. What a fight. I did say, while these 2 men were making their entrances, I did say they're going to put on one hell of a contest. Was it the greatest wrestling match of all time? Obviously not. Was it a pretty damn competitive one, though? Yes. Yes, it was. At the end of the day, that man, Drew McIntyre, is still the Intercontinental Champion of the SmackDown brand. But what a fight Dolph Ziggler put right there. Didn't kick out. He kicked out the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd Future Shock DDT. But at the end of the day, it took 4 of those to keep that man down. McIntyre retains the Intercontinental Championship here tonight at the Bash. Well, moving on, as we just had 2 Raw matches, then we had 2 SmackDown matches. Now, time to take a break from SmackDown. Once again, we're going to head over back to Raw action. As, of course, later on tonight, the WWE Champion Randy Orton will defend against John Cena. But before that, we have one more Raw match for you, and that will be for the Divas Championship Triple Threat. Extreme Rules Triple Threat, as a matter of fact, so this is going to be good. Gail Kim, of course, a former Divas Champion in her own right, didn't hold the title for long. She defeated Melina at Extreme Rules, which of course was her last pay-per-view, and then she only held it for like 2 weeks. Of course, the first week she lost to Natalya in a non-title contest, which is why Natalya is here in the first place. You defeat the champion, you get a title shot in the future, and so management decided to put Natalya against, at that time, Gail Kim for the Divas Championship, and then the week after that, we had Melina have her rematch clause for the Divas Championship. Melina defeated Gail Kim, and then which led Gail Kim, or management, to make Gail Kim use her rematch clause here at the Bash. Or Gail Kim could have also decided to use it at the Bash here, so that's how your triple threat situation has gone into. So there you go. I would like to think that also Melina and Gail Kim have kind of tag team victory over the Bella Twins, or it could have also been Melina and Natalya that have gotten a victory over the Bella Twins in recent weeks here on Raw. By the way, now Melina, the Divas Champion, 2-time Divas Champion here in New Mount, the only 2-time ever Divas Champion, or champion in general in the history of this New Mount. So there you go. Of course, the only one who has the accolade of being 2-time champion, male-wise, is Sheamus for the United States title, as I, of course, probably mentioned earlier on in the Sheamus and Morrison matchup with Melina already in the ring, and now we await, to be fair, the odd factor out. The one who just got lucky and won the matchup, Natalya. Although Natalya was impressive in that matchup, so yeah. But of course, you defeat the champion, or the number 1 contender. If you defeat the champion, then you definitely get a title shot in the future. If you defeat the number 1 contender, then you just get higher up in the rankings. But it's not a guarantee you get a future title shot, though. But Natalya did defeat Gail Kim weeks back, first episode of Raw after Extreme Rules. Non-title, of course. Gail Kim missed the crossbody, springboard crossbody. Natalya wore down the leg for a couple seconds and then was able to do the sharpshooter, and then Natalya won it with the sharpshooter. So there you go. Sharpshooter has been very dominant here in Nurse Mode. Tyson Kidd and Dave Hurt Smith, the Hart Dynasty, they defeated JHG and Kofi Kingston in the latest installment of SmackDown, with Tyson Kidd ended up doing the sharpshooter to JHG to get the tag team victory. So anyway, here we go, all 3 women in the ring. That's the prize they're fighting for, the Divas Championship. Of course, the Raw brand, we got a new women's champion over on SmackDown. Maryse picking up victory. Now, definitely Beth Phoenix will definitely have her obligated rematch clause for that title in the future. So we shall see how that works out for Maryse in the next couple of weeks. But for right now, Maryse has nothing to worry about. until this Friday on SmackDown. But anyway, here we go. And the matchup's begun. But what I meant by that is basically we could have a new Divas champion here tonight. It could either be Natalya or it could either be Melina. But could either be Natalya or could be Gail Kim. I hope not though. Anyway, now Melina on the offensive immediately taking down Natalya. We all know I may be a little biased towards the Divas champion. Anyway, now Gail Kim off the ropes. And now Natalya taking down Melina. Well, there you go. It's going to be fast-paced here. It's going to be a difficult call, but of course you need eyes in the back of your head. And now into the corner goes Gail Kim. The power of Natalya. The spin kick right there has her go behind. And now the blow right to the back of the head. Of course, since it's Extreme Rules, then anything will go. This woman could actually get weapons. I see right there. Nice flow over DDT right there by Gail Kim. Taking down Natalya. Now Melina has her to the outside. Goes Gail Kim with the strong Irish whip. And now Natalya going to send Melina to the corner. The Divas champion is cornered here. And Natalya has her where she's looking for. And now the blow right to the back of the head. It's kind of like an elbow and now to the outside. Goes Natalya and Gail Kim with a ladder. Well, there you go. This is Extreme Rules. They could take out any weapon they so please. Gail Kim taking out a ladder. And Melina now with the steel chair. And striking Natalya. The first weapon usage in this matchup. The first of many more, if you ask me. At this point, I feel like all these women are just going to take out all the weapons here. This is the first ever Extreme Rules matchup here in Euros mode with the women. So this is going to be good. Kind of history in the making when we look back at this for the future, to be fair. Yeah, we're now Natalya trying to get away from Gail Kim, as obviously she had a sledgehammer, but now with the steel steps. So Natalya trying to walk away. Melina with the steel chair and the clubs. Natalya right in the back of the head. Wow. And now multiple kicks here by Gail Kim. That ladder still, the anonymous ladder still on the inside of the ring. Natalya, now she has it. And now just going to throw it out. Had no idea what she was planning there. Melina with a drop kick to Gail Kim. Doesn't take her down. Natalya going to bring the ladder back inside the ring. And now Gail Kim inside the ring. Melina back inside the ring. And now all three. Okay, never mind. It's going to be kind of a messy matchup here. I see right there. Gail Kim strikes down Natalya after Natalya struck down Melina. What a clothesline right there. Big time clothesline by the Divas champion. And now fighting back here against Natalya. Melina now elbow across to the back of the head. And now gets a strike to connect. Gets a kick right there. And Natalya gets taken down by a ladder strike. And so does Melina. Gail Kim with that ladder that she brung in earlier. Now having it to good use. Hitting Natalya across with it. At this point, definitely gotta think. You just need to find the right opportunity. Maybe even team up against someone or someone that has saved her in the neckbreaker. Nicely done by Gail Kim. Taking down Melina. And now, what's this? Kim right there. I forgot what that was called, but whatever. Pretty sure that's how she defeated how she defeated Melina. Extreme Rules. I could be mistaken though, but this could be it. No, it's not. No, it's not. Natalya was right there. Before a 1 count, and Natalya breaks it up. She wants to become the US champion here, so there you go. Also, of course, remember, eyes in the back of your head. Because when you try to pin or submit someone, there's going to be another person to break it up. Which is why probably teaming up against someone is the best idea. Probably is the best idea. And then to just make it a 1-1 matchup, or at least try to make it a 1-1 matchup to give you a better opportunity. And we're now off the ropes goes Natalya. And now both Melina and Gail Kim decide not to do anything right there. Gail Kim thought she was going to use the steel chair. Well, yes, she does. Yes, she does. Right across the face of Natalya, and Melina using the ladder to block Gail Kim's kick right there. Kim looking confused after that one. Gets the kick to connect shortly after, though. Another kick. And now here we go. Off the ropes goes Melina. Never mind. Melina's stopping her tracks. There you go. Clothesline. And Natalya, she is knocked out after that steel chair shot. That was right to the head as well. She's back up, though. Gets a clothesline to connect to Melina. Almost ricocheting the ladder into her, and there we go. The mop coming to good use to the back of the head. And Melina, she's getting out here, rightfully so. Has a sledgehammer at hand, so she is armed, so she would be dangerous. And Natalya now, Gail Kim almost throwing the ladder right at the face of Melina. Natalya, she's been taking a whole lot of damage here. That steel chair shot probably still has... Natalya probably doesn't know where she's at. That steel chair shot did take a lot out of her. She was down for a good amount of time right there. And Melina using the sledgehammer to her advantage, taking down Gail Kim. Natalya gonna kick it off her hands though. And Natalya with the ladder. Misses with that one though. Gets it to connect to Melina and Gail Kim. Natalya, 2-for-1 special right there. Taking down both the Divas champion and Gail Kim. Probably clipped Melina across the back there a couple seconds ago. Well, this has been nothing short of basically not really all that pretty, if you ask me. A whole lot of weapons have been used. Kind of surprised we haven't had a flaming table in it or something like that. Watch us have a flaming table in it or something like that. Probably in the next couple seconds. I wouldn't be surprised to see their sledgehammer shot. So this is the first ever Extreme Rules matchup. That the women have been SC right there. Kick right there by Gail Kim. Catching Melina on the top of the head. Or on the side of the head, I should say. And now the ladder shot right to the facial area. Gail Kim only held the Divas title for a good 2 weeks before losing it to Melina in the installment of Raw 2 weeks after Extreme Rules / 2 weeks before the Bash. And right now, Gail Kim once again. The finishing maneuver. Keep forgetting what it's called. Whatever. Don't tell me in the comment section. I'll search it up and then I'll remember by next episode of Raw. So don't tell me. Anyway now. Natalya to go behind here and sleeper hold driver. And Melina still with the ladder. The ladder surprisingly hasn't broke. It's a very durable ladder and Melina onto the ladder. Arm drag and Natalya gets Melina to land on the ladder. Or at least the back of Melina's head clipping the ladder. Wasn't a full connection, Hurricanrana. Nicely done by Gail Kim. We've seen her do that plenty of times before. Each time it looks better and better, to be fair. It's an amazing maneuver. Bulldog shortly after. Gail Kim's on the roll here. We could have a new Divas champion. This could be it, Natalya. Can she break it up in time? Yes, she is. I at least thought it was going to be a 2 count. Natalya did look hurt there. Decided to persevere and decided to just break it up at 1. Didn't want to take any chances if she was too late. Off the ropes goes Gail Kim. Off the ropes goes Melina now. Or not. All 3 of these women have used many weapons in this matchup, so all 3 of these women are actually pretty hurt. They've done some good amount of damage to each other. And now Natalya and Gail Kim teaming up here against the Divas champion. Rightfully so or not. Natalya kicking Gail Kim, so never mind. She doesn't want no alliances here. If anything, it's going to be Melina and Natalya teaming up against Gail Kim here. Multiple strikes right there by the Divas champion, and Natalya now taking down Melina. Gail Kim watches on. And Natalya now going to bring Melina to the center of the ring here. And Gail Kim, is she going to break it up or not? Misses the moonsaults. Well, this is how Gail Kim originally lost to Natalya in the first place. She missed the springboard crossbody, and then Natalya did that maneuver to Gail Kim. After she did that maneuver to Gail Kim that she did to Melina, she did this, the sharpshooter. It all perfectly aligns into the point of Natalya. This could be a Gail Kim, and yep, Gail Kim's tapping out. Gail Kim loses the exact same way she did to Natalya 3 weeks back. Or 4 weeks, no, yeah, 3 weeks back. What am I saying? Of course, how it originally happened. Gail Kim misses the springboard crossbody. Natalya did the maneuver she did to Melina. And then she did the sharpshooter to Gail Kim. Exactly how she defeated Gail Kim in the first place to be here. It all aligns once again right there for Natalya. And she is the new Divas champion. We got 2 new, women's champions, I should say. Ain't those the Divas champion, but you know what I'm trying to say. Divas champion Natalya for Monday Night Raw. Women's champion is now Maryse for Friday Night Smackdown. 2 new champions of each respective Divas brands. So there you go right there. Nicely done on the part of Natalya. As we now head over to ECW action. So we don't even have to move away those weapons. And yes, the entrances for this Christian and Ryder video wanted to act super glitchy, which is why you see the stuff you're seeing on the screen right now. Don't worry, once the matchup starts, it's not gonna have all these weird screen effects or whatever. It's just for the entrances, because the entrances wanted to be weird. Whatever. Anyway, so we continue on here at the Bash. Our third to last matchup. This is ECW's only matchup. ECW's main event. Christian defended ECW title against Zack Ryder. Extreme Rules, of course. So we didn't have to move away the weapons, but we did. But there we go. Our only two Extreme Rules matches have happened back-to-back. The Divas title matchup and this matchup here tonight. Of course, I explained in the latest edition of Superstars of the whole ECW dilemma. So, yeah, ECW is actually not going to be a brand. As, of course, Vince McMahon did say to end things off in the latest installment of ECW, and probably the last installment of ECW here in Euros Mode, of how, well, basically, like, don't even know, he just wanted to close it down. Don't know why, but, well, I think he explained it back then, but ECW will be closing down, of course. My question is, where does this leave the ECW Championship once, if Christian retains, or if Ryder wins it here tonight? So that means, will Christian get drafted over to SmackDown or Raw, or would he go back over to SmackDown because he was originally there? And if Ryder wins it, will he get drafted over to Raw or SmackDown, or will he just go back to Raw since that's where he originally was before going to ECW as well? So every ECW superstar, even the ones who didn't follow the match, such as Jake the Snake Roberts, so where did they go? Do they get drafted over to Raw or SmackDown, or do they go back to Raw or SmackDown where their original home was? And do where superstars who didn't originally have a brand, who debuted in ECW such as AJ Styles, or who returned in ECW such as Rob Van Dam, do they leave or do they get drafted? Then I have no idea to what's going to happen to them in the next couple weeks here in Euros Mode. I especially have no idea what's going to happen to the ECW Championship. And what's going to happen, I will assume that they either get drafted or go back to their original places. But the draft will be fair for everyone, while the going back to their original brands that they were in before ECW began would not be fair for some people, because some debuted in ECW in the first place. But anyway, the ECW Championship here, the final ECW title matchup here in Euros Mode, most likely to be, and it's going to be Zack Ryder and Christian. If you ask me, I wouldn't mind Ryder winning it, becoming the final champion. Shall see what this rookie could do. I see Ryder misses the dropkick though. Christian is a veteran of the business. He knows the ins and outs of this place. And right now, Christian is here there. Classic Captain Charisma right there, as he uses the ropes to his advantage. And now Christian kick right to the back right there, taking down the rookie Zack Ryder. Ryder, of course, won the fail 4-way in the one contenders matchup with him, Terry Funk, AJ Styles, and Mark Henry, which is why he is here facing off against Christian here tonight. It could have either been Terry Funk, Mark Henry, or AJ Styles, who could have also faced off against Christian here tonight. But no, it is Zack Ryder, to be fair, the most surprising of all of them, if you ask me. Ryder did pin AJ Styles in that matchup after hitting a sack attack. Terry Funk and Mark Henry, well, I don't know what they were doing, but they weren't able to break it up. And right now, Christian had Ryder up in the tree of woe for a couple seconds at least. And now Ryder taunted away on Christian, not sure how wise that is. Christian, he saw that, not gonna even bother with that one. And now Christian, what's this? Getting out of table. Getting out of table, and there we go, Ryder. Probably wasn't too smart of him to be taunting Christian, because now Christian gonna bring in the first weapon in this matchup, and that will be the table. Hope for it to come into use later on, or not, because it just broke, so never mind. And now Christian has the arm here, wrenching it, and then just gonna nail a shot across it. There's the ECW title right next to these two men. This would most likely be the final ECW Championship matchup, unless the ECW title is gonna go to either Raw or SmackDown, or be like the Unified Tag Team titles and just be shared across both brands, which maybe that does resolve the ECW title problem, or, you know, something else could happen with the ECW title. I have no idea. Anyway, now Ryder just slightly misses Christian, but gets that one to connect. Misses the first shot, connects with the second one, and the second weapon has been put into play, and it's the steel steps. At this point, it's half the size of both Ryder and Christian. But now, Ryder misses that one. Christian sidestepping it. Christian doesn't want no more of those steel steps at this point, but he gets it once again. Right to the head on that one. Zack Ryder doing where he can, to become the ECW champion. That's now Christian with a mop. Wow, how devastating that would be. Not really. And now drop kick, front drop kick. Nicely done on the part of Zack Ryder. And now gonna bash Christian's head onto the concrete on the outside. Well, that would definitely make you win the title right there, Ryder. Ryder had a vicious streak towards him right there. Nicely done on his part, I have to admit. And now Ryder and Christian tying away. At this point, I feel like as this matchup progresses, these two are starting to respect each other. Christian is starting to really think that Ryder could bring it in the land of extreme if it still existed. And Ryder's just, he's probably starting to respect Christian like he should have been originally, but whatever. At this point, it sounds like these two men are having fun. At random moments in this matchup, and now Ryder, steel chair, Christian, steel step, steel chair wins that one because the steel chair struck first. Ryder now, using it to his advantage, Christian, almost lifeless. Multiple shots, was able to connect right there, nicely done by Zack Ryder. A good elbow right to the face shortly after, kick to the stomach, and front drop kick takes down Christian. Zack Ryder really is impressing me here. Probably everyone else here in the arena, and most likely Christian, another front drop kick, nobody misses. Christian sidestepping that one, gets an elbow drop to connect shortly after. Ryder catches the leg and clothesline. Zack Ryder could be the new ECW champion here tonight. At the bash, I see their elbow right to the head. So the only two ECW champions in existence will actually be Christian and Ryder if Ryder's to win here tonight. So at least the title has a lineage. And it doesn't really have a lineage if it's just Christian that held it from the beginning. Well, from the first episode of ECW, which he won in 6-man battle royal, and ultimately, defeating Ryder here tonight, would just make Christian the only ECW champion here in Nearest mode until the title most likely comes back, probably in I don't know, whenever it does. We still got WWE 12, WWE 13, 2K14, 2K15, 2K16, 2K17, 2K18, and 2K19 to do this shit. So there's gonna be some long ass title lineages. You guys know what I'm saying. The title history is gonna be a lot of people once we get up to the current game at the time. So yeah, we probably might be up to 2K17 Nearest mode when it's 2K20. When 2K20 comes out, we probably might be up to 2K17 Nearest mode or something like that. And then people probably might say, why are you doing 2K17 when the newest game is 2K20? And then I don't want to answer those questions because I've explained it before. But once we get there, I will assume I am going to get those questions. But over there, that's even if I get there, to be fair. I'm probably not going to get there, to be fair. But over there. Anyway, that's a whole lot of episodes of Nearest mode to do. Anyway, we're back here after I completely did not pay attention to Magic because I was staring off into a blank space, to be fair. Anyway, Christian DDT right there. So Christian now, on the offensive, this matchup has not gone to the inside of the ring at all, has it? The slap right there for Christian. And now Captain Charisma uppercut right there. Ryder wedged between the turn post right there. Elbow right to the back. Christian looking to retain these title here tonight. Ryder is hurting. And now Christian, here we go. Kill switch. Kill switch on the concrete. Face first. Goes Ryder. And Ryder is dazed until the inside he goes. Christian wasn't able to pin him. And now flow over DDT. And no. Ryder's busted open. Immediate. Just an immediate gush of blood, basically, what I was trying to say. And no. Let go, Bennett. Ryder kicking out at 2. Zack Ryder can pull off a Dolph Ziggler here. Or better yet, a Maryse here with the roll up 2. And 3 he did. I was about to say he could pull off a Zack Ryder by kicking out of finishers. But he pulled off a Maryse. The roll up out of nowhere once again prevails at the bash. And Zack Ryder is your new and perhaps final ECW champion here at the bash. Wow. Ryder gets busted open. Just an adrenaline rush after that DDT, just a roll up catches Christian off guard. And Zack Ryder becomes ECW champion. Exactly how Maryse defeated Beth Phoenix for the Women's Championship earlier on here tonight. The same thing is going to happen for Ryder. Congratulations to that young man. Out of nowhere with the victory. Impressive for him. Wow. Well, congrats to Zack Ryder. Shall see what happens next night on Raw. If we're even going to acknowledge Ryder. If Ryder's going to even be there. If we're even going to acknowledge these title. Because if we're going to draft 2 new brands, then that means Ryder could go to SmackDown. But if we're going to send them off back to the original brands, and that means we're going to see Ryder Monday night. So anyway, here we go. The World Heavyweight Championship to be defended here tonight. CM Punk, we did not see him in the latest installment of SmackDown, because of course the week before that, he was sent to hell, chokeslammed to hell by the World Heavyweight Champion, The Undertaker, because Punk's mouth got the better of him. And he couldn't back it up at the end of the day, because Taker appeared from behind him, chokeslammed him straight to hell, and we didn't see Punk in the latest installment of SmackDown. We see him here tonight at the Bash, and Taker, of course, getting the victory over the Big Show to end things off in the main event of the latest installment of SmackDown. Big Show is now 0-6, but that is a completely different story in of its own. So anyway, here we go, the World Heavyweight Championship. And now here comes the World Heavyweight Champion himself, The Undertaker. Taker and Punk, these men have had some pretty good matches here in Years Mode. Backlash, of course, we had Punk successfully retain against The Undertaker. Of course, before that, we had CM Punk also successfully retain against Drew McIntyre for the intercontinental. Punk later lost it in a triple threat against Ziggler and McIntyre to McIntyre, and a triple threat on Superstars. That's a whole different story, of course. And then, of course, at Extreme Rules, we did have Punk lose to Undertaker, making Taker the new World Heavyweight Champion. And now here tonight at the Bash, Punk is the challenger, Taker is the champion. So the roles are insanely reversed. The roles are insanely switched compared to our first ever Universe Mode pay-per-view Backlash, back when Punk was champion, was double champion as a matter of fact, and Taker was the challenger. So now Undertaker with the World Heavyweight Championship, taking his sweet ass time walking down to the ring. His entrance takes forever, I swear. Anyway, of course, up next, not only is it the Raw main event, this is the SmackDown main event, aka our co-main event, to be fair, or pre-main event, whatever you want to call it. But our actual main event will be given to us by the Raw brand, and it will be given to us by, of course, the WWE Championship, John Cena and Ryder in Raw's main event. So a new founded attitude of John Cena hasn't been very light as of recent weeks. Well, hasn't more as of late, hasn't been very light. Cena, even before attacking Michaels, even before setting in tone this new attitude that we haven't seen in a very long time. In over 10 years, we have not seen this attitude from Cena. Or at least in a couple of years. Last time we saw this attitude from John Cena was mostly 2003 or 2004 over on SmackDown. But now Cena's on Raw's, especially from what he's been doing as of late before attacking Michaels, he was, well, I guess I could say a fan favorite, but also not really, because crowds, to be fair, they were already outlashing at Cena before his whole attack on Michaels, to be fair. But that's a whole completely different story compared to this here tonight. We're in our SmackDown main event, the World Heavyweight Championship. These two men meet once again. Last time we saw these two was, of course, at Extreme Rules. They evented Extreme Rules, of course, in which The Undertaker defeated CM Punk to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. Will the outcome be the same, or will it be different? This is not an Extreme Rules matchup. This is going to be a regular one-on-one contest between these two, compared to their last matchup, which was, of course, Extreme Rules. Anyway, now Punk, I would like to think that he is at least better than what he was after, getting chokeslammed to hell by The Undertaker. So I will assume CM Punk is better compared to what he was back then, a couple weeks back. So far, so good for Punk. On the offensive here, multiple strikes right there to Taker. Catching Taker off guard, and Punk to the outside goes The Undertaker. I will assume, yep, CM Punk definitely is good. Talking to the crowd, oh man, Taker. Taker looks mad. Taker looks mad, he gets taken out. Taker looking intimidating as always. Well, remember, one of the smart comments that Punk said towards The Undertaker and Matt Hardy, this one being directly towards Undertaker, was how he's not afraid of the dead man. And, well, of course, Punk said a whole lot of other stuff about Matt and Taker, but that's just one of them. Punk, of course, saying he will retain at the Bash. Taker not going to take that lightly, as he now has the upper hand here on CM Punk, where Punk was on the offensive for a good period of time there. Taker now doesn't want to count out victory. He wants to savor the ass-kicking of CM Punk, as see right there. The big boot right to the face, and now we're going to wrench on the arm. the World Heavyweight Champion, The Undertaker, looking to retain the title here tonight. The only two men that have been in the World title picture so far have been Taker and Punk, sadly enough. But we could now have Matt Hardy to mix. As, of course, whoever wins this, whether CM Punk or The Undertaker, will not only become the World Heavyweight Champion, but defend that title against Matt Hardy, at least I will assume before our next pay-per-view, which will be Night of Champions. I see their nice knee right to the face of Taker, connected by Punk. Because, of course, Matt Hardy did defeat CM Punk in 2 episodes of SmackDown, 2 consecutive episodes of SmackDown. First in a 1-1 matchup, then in a steel cage matchup, making sure that Matt Hardy does get a title shot. So Matt does have Punk's number. And so since Matt Hardy defeated the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title twice, he will actually get a World title opportunity against Taker or against Punk after the Bash. Now if Punk wins here tonight, we already know that Matt got Punk's number. So maybe Matt Hardy could become the World Heavyweight Champion. I have no idea, but we shall see. We could have Matt and Taker for the World title, or Matt and Punk for the World title. And next couple weeks in SmackDown, maybe even at Night of Champions, I would like to think. But anyway, here we go. Taker now go behind here onto CM Punk, has him up, and back suplex. Taker now waiting for Punk to get back up there, but Punk a little faster, a little quicker compared to Undertaker. Of course, CM Punk, you know, he has experience himself, but Taker has mega experience. Punk just has experience. Taker has mega experience. I'm trying to think of a different word, but you get what I'm saying. Punk has experience, but Taker has more experience. But also the fact that makes Punk faster. To be fair, Punk is a little younger. Taker, he's a little older. He's a veteran of this business. He knows the ins and outs of this place. I see right there, butterfly suplex. Nicely done on the part of CM Punk, the former World Heavyweight Champion, the Strategic Savior. The only Strategic Savior at this point. He has no members anymore. Luke Gallows, of course, left him. And Gallows has been doing pretty well for himself, picking up a victory over the Big Show in the latest installment of Superstars. And we're now Taker taking Punk down. Face first into the turnbuckle goes Punk right there. Kick right to the face. Missile dropkick basically. By CM Punk. Taker setting up. And Punk, well, I don't think he ever likes it when Taker does that. And now strong Irish whip down goes Taker. Punk misses that kick. Moving on direct handle shortly after. CM Punk now, former World Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion. And then after that, well, he soon just lost both his titles. The knee strike and the Bulldog. Classic CM Punk with that one. Classic. And now has him. What's Punk looking for here? Just gonna take him down. Soundhawk takedown basically. And Taker send back up. That did not do any effect to the Undertaker. Taker has taken no effect here. And now Punk gonna slap. Was looking to slap Taker, but what a big boot nailed by the dead man. I was about to say big man, but no. Well, he is a big man, but he's also known as the dead man. And now Taker. Oh, we haven't seen this in a while. I don't think we've seen this in a while in numerous mode. Here we go. The last ride by the dead man. The Undertaker. With an impactful last ride to CM Punk. Punk's back of his head hitting the mat. And there we go. In the center of the ring, the Undertaker retains the World Heavyweight Championship. Wow. Well, what a victory. Major victory for the Undertaker here tonight at the Bash. So definitely got to think in the next couple weeks on SmackDown or at Night of Champions, the Undertaker will defend the World Heavyweight title against a man who has defeated CM Punk on 2 separate occasions in 2 separate matches, in a 1-1 match and in a steel cage matchup. Taker versus Matt Hardy for the World Heavyweight title in the next couple weeks on SmackDown or at Night of Champions. That should be a good one. Cannot wait for that one. Shall see if Matt could dethrone the dead man. Matt has taken CM Punk out. Can he do the same to Undertaker? So anyway, there you go. Nice World Heavyweight title contest right there. Just took one last ride. Taker hasn't done the last ride in a while. I believe the last time Taker did the last ride was to set up for him and Punk's first matchup at Backlash, in which where he did a last ride to Punk in the midst of a tag team matchup involving Undertaker and Christian taking on Luke Gallows and CM Punk. Back when Gallows was with CM Punk, and what the hell? Well, we saw it for a couple seconds there. Didn't think too much of it, but what? Ladies and gentlemen, that is John Cena, but he's no. annoying orange attire. No entrance, no running down to the ring. At least a different hat. John Cena just casually walking to the ring. This is not his normal attire here. Has a green hat. We haven't seen that green hat in a while, of course. Cena not rocking no orange shirt. No hustle, loyalty, respect, no C Nation, no none like that. Anything on the shirt, because he's not wearing a shirt. Cena casually walking down. Even Tony Jimbo is insanely confused here. And now Cena just taunting away to a crowd here. And well, I don't think this crowd even likes Cena in the first place. And Cena now going back to basically, this is something an old Cena would wear. We haven't seen this John Cena like dress up like that in a very long time. This crowd's confused. I'm confused. Tony Chimmel's confused. And here comes your WWE Champion Randy Orton, who, not sure if he's confused or not, but he will be once he gets into that ring against Cena. We haven't seen Cena dressed up like this in a very long time here. And of course, upon the recent attitude of John Cena, he doesn't look too happy to see Randy Orton right there, of course. This should be interesting here. I'm pretty sure we're all hoping for Randy Orton to retain the WWE Championship here tonight. Orton's been holding the Raw brand on his back. He's been the WWE Champion. He's been the face of universe mode. You're the WWE Champion. You're the most important champion. Of course, the World Heavyweight title also very prestigious as well. But the WWE title, that's slightly more prestigious, just slightly. But Orton's basically been the face of this company. He's been the face of universe mode since day one. Of course, we randomized the whole year. Orton ended up being WWE Champion. And Orton's been holding it since then, to be fair. Successfully retained against Batista at Backlash. Of course, Batista won the ladder match against Shawn Michaels in week 2 of Raw to get there. Or week 1 of Raw, I could be mistaken. No, it was week 2. And of course, after that, Orton successfully retained the title against Edge at Extreme Rules, which wasn't too long ago in the Extreme Rules matchup. And now here, not at the Bash, Randy Orton's third pay-per-view title defense, at least, is going to be against John Cena. So it's pretty much a who's who of great Raw athletes here in WWE that Orton has defeated. It's been Batista, it's been Edge, it's been Shawn Michaels in a previous episode of Raw due to Michaels defeating Orton in a non-title contest before Extreme Rules. I believe a week or 2 weeks before Extreme Rules, Michaels did defeat Orton in a non-title contest. While Michaels lost that triple threat number contenders matchup that of course Cena won, he did still get a title match. He did still lose. But if Michaels won, then this could have been Michaels Orton, Michaels Cena, or it could have been a triple threat Michaels Orton and Cena, which we all would know it would be Orton and Michaels team up against Cena. But anyway, those are all your dynamics. I think I won't get too into the dynamics because I want to pay attention to this matchup here. As your main event, brought to you by the Raw brand, and it's the WWE Championship. It's John Cena and Randy Orton. Here we go. A melee and a back suplex. A melee to kick things off here, off of the go behind. And Orton telling Cena get back up. Oh, that took a lot out of Cena. And Orton kind of disappointed by it. And now Cena was strike right there. Didn't fully get off of it, but he's going to get off of that one right there. And now Cena will go behind here. Elbow right to the back connects, and Orton here. Orton and Cena at this point just striking away here. Basically, just a come-at-me type strikes here and taking them down the backstabber. Vintage Orton right there. Classic Randy Orton. Backstabber, backbreaker, forgot what it's called. Where? And we're now Orton here. Has Cena, headlock. And Orton with the European upcut right there. That one did not take Cena down, but did at least, well, catch him by surprise and a power slam. Here we go. Gonna hook both the legs here. Can this be it here made into this matchup? Only a 1 count right there by Cena. Or at least 4. Orton, I should say. Cena kicked out a 1. Randy Orton doing pretty well for himself so far. Has him draped across the ropes. Ah, here we go. This is vintage Orton. There we go. The DDT off of being draped over the ropes, of course. And now Randy Orton taking out the leg. Randy Orton picking apart John Cena here tonight. And now those classic stomps leash and Randy Orton is just putting away John Cena here. To Cena's demise and to everyone's, well, not expense. And now wait, oh, come on, Orton. Come on, the punt. We saw Orton do that to Michaels a couple weeks back. After hitting an RKO to Michaels, he did a punt to the skull. If you ask me, every time Orton has hit the punt, it's been a little extra. He's done it to Michaels, he's done it to Cena, it's been a little extra. Cena hasn't done anything that... He doesn't have done anything that bad besides just attacking Michaels, and besides having a new attitude towards him that's not all that respected. And now Cena, well, he's going to bounce back. The punt to the skull didn't affect him. Well, Michaels is also doing well, so Orton's punt, not as devastating as it once was, of course, back when Orton had a different attitude. But the roles are reversed. We're used to seeing Orton be like Cena, and Cena, well, be like Orton. The roles are reversed now. Orton is the fan favorite, and Cena is the dastardly bad guy. I'm trying not to break kayfabe, so I can't say heel. Well, I just broke kayfabe, but whatever. Anyway, now Orton misses that stomp. Cena now has him in a punch. Big time punch. Still with that annoying you can't see me crap, I see. But anyway, now Cena looking to become WWE champion here tonight. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Cena actually becomes WWE champion. We've seen on many occasions Orton defeat Cena, Cena defeat Orton. Usually for the WWE championship, we have John Cena being cheered, Orton being booed, or at least in any occasion. And at this point here, the roles are reversed, and we haven't seen these two men act like this in a very long time. Last time it's probably been 2003 where Orton was getting cheered and Cena was getting booed when they started things off in their rookie years, of course. But of course, Orton went on to Evolution over on Raw. Cena still getting booed, and then after that, that's how we came here. Of course, ultimately, Cena became the fan favorite. Orton became, well, also a fan favorite, I guess, as well, but not as highly respected. Anyway, now Orton torn away inside the ring. Well, Cena has a whole 10 count, inside not to use it, though, to get to rest. And, well, Orton was torn away on Cena. Kind of let Cena stunned. Kind of intimidating, and to the outside goes John Cena again. Randy Orton once again taunting away. And John Cena, I would like to think Cena's getting pissed. Oh, he is. He is. And gets a shoulder block to connect. Big time shoulder block on the part of John Cena. And now Cena here. Well, he was trying to do something right there. But Orton multiple strikes and a dropkick. Orton missed the majority of those strikes, but just punching like a wild man right there. And now Randy Orton here has him, what's this, suplex? Yep. It's basic, but it is effective. And now Randy Orton going to bring Cena into the middle of the ring here. Cena going to immediately get back up here. And now Orton and Cena to stare down. Cena strikes first. John Cena now has him, and a side headlock takedown the strength of Cena. Well documented, of course. As history has shown, and a major punch right there. That whole you can't see me punch on a shoulder block as well. Cena got some height and some distance on that leap right there. Nicely done on his part. But like I did say, I wouldn't be surprised if Cena wins the WWE Championship here tonight at the Bash. Because, of course, Cena and Orton, they've both defeated each other on many occasions. Whether it's been for a WWE title or whether it's not been for a WWE title, they've defeated each other on many occasions. So, wouldn't be too surprised if Orton wins and retains, or if Cena wins and becomes the new champion. Wouldn't be surprised by any of these outcomes, to be fair. At this point, it's just going to be basically these two men putting on one hell of a matchup for our entertainment and for the main event of the Bash. Let's see their power slam right there by Orton. Cena's taking a whole lot of damage in this matchup, and that's just some more for him. And there we go. It's actually going to do it. Orton hooking both legs. There you go. And now Orton celebrating. And now what the hell? Cena's up, and Cena's attacking Orton. Orton's fighting back, though. John Cena immediately springing back up and fighting back here. Well, Orton's fighting. What the hell? Ezekiel Jackson? He's from ECW. Jackson's attacking Orton. Well, I guess that answers Jackson's claim. What? Crime time? Shad's on these JTGs on SmackDown. What the hell's happening here? And now Orton's getting up. He's confused here. Cena, Jackson, and Crime Time. Oh, no. They're looking at Orton. What the hell? Orton's fighting back. Randy Orton fighting against Crime Time, Ezekiel Jackson, and John Cena. Of course, Crime Time, they weren't even a tag team, but I guess they're being reunited here in Cena. And these three other men attacking Randy Orton. Shad and Ezekiel Jackson were on ECW. They've been teaming up as of late. JG's on SmackDown. He's been teaming up with Kofi Kingston. John Cena has enlisted their help, and they've laid out Randy Orton here tonight at the Bash. What would this mean heading into the next installment of Monday Night Raw? Anyway, we're out of time. Thank you all for watching the bash. We'll catch you all in the next edition of Your Smell. We'll catch you all on Monday Night Raw.